Hey guys, welcome back to Urban Regenerative Gardening, where I show you how to garden without buying pesticides, fertilizers, how to seed save, how to start your plants inside, and got a lot of things going on today. I'm mowing my grass. I got a bagger on my mower, and whenever I get a full bag, I just empty it over here where I'm doing my lasagna composting. That's where you do layers like you do when you're making lasagna. It's good to have a first layer where we have air separating on the ground. So I'll get a good thick green layer here, and then next week the leaves will probably be starting to fall. I can get a brown layer on top there, and maybe I'll have to mow my grass a week after that again, put another green layer. Or the green layer can be stuff from the garden too. This is from when I harvested my potatoes and other things yesterday. So, yeah. And, oh, there's a couple of them. There's a potato. It's no good because it's green. The green is dangerous to eat. Don't eat the green. But yeah, I could get this mounded up probably 2 feet high today. Come back next week, it settles way down. You'd be surprised how it settles. Anyway, I'm bringing in some of my indoor compost. I have it stacked up out here. When it rains, it gets wet here, so I gotta kind of dry it out before I bring it in the house. Make sure there ain't no mud on the bottom there. I usually just kind of air it out, dust it off before I bring it in. Oh, let's see what else I got going on here. I got the potatoes I harvested yesterday. In order to harden off your potatoes, it's best to, I got some birds in my garage. It's best to, they like cool dry, so this garage is generally cool and dry. There's a bird up there, pretty, anyway, this garage is nice and cool and dry, so, and they said don't clean the potatoes off. Leave the dirt on there. And try to be gentle with the potatoes, because you don't want to bang them up or anything. Just kind of spread them out, let them dry out. I have a couple more spots where I might be able to find some potatoes, but this is my main potato crop here. This is some soil I have left over, some outdoor compost. I'm gonna put this last of my outdoor compost that I made this year in the spot where that didn't grow as well as the rest of the garden, and then add on top of that, I'll put a few inches of ground up leaves. I'll ground them up with my mower, and I'll spread it. If you grind them up, they seem to stay put better. Put 4 or 5 inches of ground up leaves on top of the compost. just let that life settle in, and by the time spring, everything will be established. And should grow a lot better than it did this year. So that's that. For now, I'll show you some more in a minute. Yeah, I keep forgetting to show you guys my giant tomato plant. I usually get 10 or like 11, 12 feet tall pretty easily. This year it's probably at least 14 feet. That whole clump there, the tallest one might be 15 feet. At least 14 feet. I don't know, it's too high to even measure. It's like dangerous. It's dangerous. I can't even tie it up anymore. It's too dangerous. I have to get on a ladder to pick them red tomatoes up there. There's that. Earlier I wetted down this this is my winter carrots, my winter rutabaga. I got more rutabaga and more carrots to go out here. So that's what's gonna go in here. I watered this down. The ground was really dry, so I did a real good soaking. I can see it's already drying out a little bit better. I want to get the ground really wet before I plant stuff, because it'll be easier. Especially the small carrots that I want to put in here. I got little itty bitty carrots. I'm going to extend this shade cloth, because we got some like 80s coming up next week. And I'm just going to do something like extend the shade cloth to protect the delicate carrots I'm putting in. Looks like I'm actually still getting strawberries. If you guys seen the video I made, I would give these strawberries some tender love and care a couple weeks ago. They came back a little bit. In this warm weather, I wouldn't be surprised if I don't get some more strawberries next week. Yeah, there's one. There's one there. There's another one. Yay! October strawberries. Nice warm strawberries in the sun. It's hard to beat that. Strawberry sitting in the sun like that. Tastes amazing. It's not taste-o-vision. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how I have a little system here. See, I'm filling my next bucket up. That way I don't have to stand there waiting for the water. So here's this. I didn't like how this spot. See how that spot's drier than the rest of it? It's kind of heavy. A little bit dry back here too. Keeping this and get this. I'm gonna plan out here as the sun's going down. That way they got time overnight to kind of take root and relax. Don't have to worry about the sun beating on them. But the shade cover should help a lot too. There, that's better. And you can't forget to turn the water off, because it's really sad when you forget to turn the water off and you have no rain barrel water. Not something you want to do. So now I got the grass about halfway mowed. See, it's really starting to pile up there now. I'm gonna try to get it nice thick layer all the way around. Completely cover up all them branches eventually. So there it is, the grass is all mowed. Looks blurry. There, it's coming in clear now. Grass is mowed and probably a good over a foot tall by like 4 or 5 feet wide by like another 3 feet coming out there. Yesterday morning there was nothing there. Now I got me a nice start to my scrap pile, my next scrap pile, garden scrap pile. These piles, I don't know if I said before, these piles you don't turn them over enough, and you just let Mother Nature do it. That's why they do this the lasagna style with the brown. The brown is carbon, the green is nitrogen, and the combination with the weathering and overtime and all the elements and worms and everything, it just makes compost by itself. Right here's the one spot in the garden that I told you earlier that didn't do very good. So I'm going to dump that whole container of compost in there right up to the rim of the wood there. And then cover it up with some leaves. I'm sure next year I'll have a lot better success. So even the pepper plants didn't do that great. But I think next year I throw that compost in there and it'll do a lot better. Stay tuned. This section did kinda okay. Things were slow. Like these guys. Well, this one's new. I think this one was in for a long time. But I got a head of cabbage there. Got a head of cabbage there coming. Like a giant rutabaga. That's pretty. That was one I forgot when I went harvesting my rutabaga to make my keto vegetable beef soup. The keto version gets rutabaga instead of potato. Lower glycemic index. There's another big rutabaga there. See it? Okay, so I'm ready. I brought my stuff in from. This is stuff's going in the the greenhouse. These are baby carrots that I got germinating. Like, the idea I have is to get them in the ground before they get very big. That way the roots can go straight down. You don't have like funky angled roots. That's the problem I was having before. These are rutabagas. I got more rutabagas than I need. So any of my neighbors need rutabagas, I'm gonna have extra. Hang on to them for a little while. I'm actually gonna let these go to seed, these string beans, because I have 20 some freezer bags in my freezer, and I made 3 huge batches of soup, and I've been giving them out to the neighbors, and it's getting late in the year, and I figured I'll just let these go to seed. That way I can show you guys how to do that, how to do seed saving with the string beans. Okay, this video is starting to get long, so I'm going to try to make these sections quicker. See, I got I squeezed 12 rutabagas in the back there. And I got red beets in around in between them. I got some more red beets here. I think I'm gonna squeeze them in this old bunch here. And maybe a place here and there that's empty on this side. One thing about this type of gardening is you want to try to mix the stuff together, because you confuse the senses on the bugs. Like they might not like one of the things you have planted, so just that will deter the bugs right there. Earlier yesterday I tried to make a video, and it didn't work because I left this phone in the sun, and the phone deleted the video on me because it got too hot. But anyway, I cut celery out by the root at the base, and I was showing on the video where there was no bugs in the celery, which is very unusual to not find any slugs in the celery. And I didn't use any pesticide. So that's, and you're mimicking nature, so I'll show you here. See how this is nature. This is my grass. There's like 3 or 4 or 5 different things growing here just within a square foot, half a foot or whatever. There's several, and they're all just jumbled right together. So like when the package says something has to be so far apart, that's not the case. I'm noticing things when they're bunched together, they actually grow better. Well, there it is. I squeezed one in there, some there, some there, some in there. Squeezing the red beets in. I'm gonna have to cut this video off because it's getting too long. I'm gonna put the rest of these carrots in this area here. Have to make another video next weekend on that. Anyway, like and subscribe, leave comments if you have any questions. See you next time.